It's 615 day.
That's a good reason.
That's a good reason.
It is 615 day.
We're winning this.
615 day. Let's go, baby.
And who are we? Mixtape.
You're gonna love this.
I want to hear it.
I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive.
Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday,
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
forever. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hit that high note, baby. This is the Mixtape 615 podcast, and this is the place to be. If you are a Nashville Soccer Club fan, or you're just trying to see what's going on with them boys in gold, then I invite you, lock in with us real quick, baby. It's your boy, Tunji, aka in your ear, Young Turtle, the Soccer Face, SF Doom, the Big Kahuna, munching on a little tuna sandwich, the DR Kid, affectionately known as Steam Papi. Yamame, por favor, Steam Papi, please. Yo, any given Wednesday, except for tonight, because we're doing the podcast, but next Wednesday, possibly, you can catch me at Southside Kitchen and Pub, sipping on half-off whiskeys, and I just got a paycheck, and I'm waving in the air with my hands, and I just don't care. I think that's how the poke goes. Anyway, aka Mississippi Mai Tais on this beach in Belize, feeling cool like a summer breeze. The dude walking down Broadway with the cleanest pair of Nikes that you ever did see. The golden boy with the golden voice, also known as Chicago Mike, the Glizzy Gladiator. Once again, we back at you with another Mixtape 615 podcast. We'll keep rolling, bruh. That's what we do. Austin, can you tell them who you are, please?
I can definitely tell him who I am, but first you talk about the Glizzy Gladiator. Let's, hold a moment of silence for Joey Chestnut,
Nate.
the real Glizzy Gladiator.
Big Joey.
Not being able to compete in this year's Coney Island hot dog eating contest.
That's
but
insane.
anyways, we're gonna
being
talk.
healthy. No, I know. This is a moment.
This
is a moment for the Glizzy community. This is a moment for the Glizzy community. Just because the man wants to eat healthy hot dogs, healthy glizzies, they kicked him out of the competition that he runs. I can't believe this. Anyways, back to soccer.
Well, what's up, guys? My name is Austin, not the Glizzy Gladiator, a.k.a. Wild Man, a.k.a. Ginger Snap, a.k.a. the Fumbling Dublin, a.k.a. Chicky Parm Parm, a.k.a. Red Beard. Logan, off to you.
All right, everybody. Y'all know who it is. It's Logan, a.k.a. Beer Main, a.k.a. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got a new one this week.
You got a new one?
Miss Roboto, sure, but because it is the time, you're talking to Summer Sam here, baby. I am not teaching this summer. Summer Sam. Here we go. So, a.k.a. allegedly,
Samuel is his first name, so Summer Sam.
Sure. Yeah, Logan's an imposter.
Yeah, not really. But aka allegedly, if you know, you know. And this is the Mixtape 615 podcast, brought to you by the Mixtape 615 supporter group, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville, all soccer, all the world, and all the universe and the multiverse. You know it. And if you want to jump in with us, because you know you do, jump in with us at mixtape615.com. That is mixtape615.com to jump in and run this pitch with us. And we are actively recruiting. Absolutely. There's a lot of soccer news coming out, even just tonight, with Christian Pulisic becoming one of the greats when it comes to U.S. men's national team, all-time greats, joining up with Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan to score on 4 international opponents within the Copa, which is a big deal. Big deal. To Gary Berhalter being Gary Berhalter and just coming back with the way that he did. There's a lot of soccer news when it comes to the world right now, and especially here in the U.S., but we are going to bring it all the way back to Nashville because we've got a match coming up. We took a week off. It was a nice, relaxing week this last weekend. I had a great time just getting to chill with the family, and then boom, soccer back at it. We are here to talk New York Red Bulls. Austin, take it away, my friend.
The Red Bulls.
All right. Yep. Red Bulls. We got a match preview this Saturday, June 15th in New York, where Red Bulls are one of the elusive teams that Nashville can't seem to catch and beat. And so, Tunji, can you bring us in with some forms, with some standings? What are we looking at here?
Well, I think we all know sort of what's going on with your boys in gold. It's been a ride. It's been a journey. You, Logan, Austin, and hopefully you, the listener, you have been on this journey with us. We've seen our ups, we've seen our downs. We're kind of at the mid-season now.
Seen this
somehow we're still in we're actually just hanging on by our fingernails to playoff contention. We're at 16 matches played, 19 points, 1 point behind Philadelphia, who I didn't expect to be down here slumming it with us. And then 4 points behind Columbus at 7th place, but that is still a good 5 spot. We're 5 spots away from the Red Bulls, who are sitting at a solid 29 points. So there's a considerable gap in points. And again, they're in that top 4, one of those top 4 slots. Like you said, man, this has been a team that we've always struggled to beat, and maybe that's because we want to beat them. You know, it's kind of like one of those like don't ever meet your idols or whatever. We seem to take on all of their dead weight, except for Drew Yearwood. He's starting to prove to me that he might be something.
He's looking good.
You know?
He's looking good.
He's looking good. But this is where that's where we're at. You know, we're hanging on the playoff contention. We're coming off a actually, you know what's funny? Both teams are coming off not so good loss to the worst team in the league. They just
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because
did you watch the game?
It gives me some hope that hey, we're not as bad or maybe they're as bad as we are.
Nope. There's a big difference there, and Tunji and I both discussed this while off pod, but the biggest thing is we were at full strength and they were not.
Yeah, they had guys out for international break. They were one of the only. So we just had a week and a half break, right? They were one of the only team. Like it was only 4 games played last weekend. They were one of them. I had to watch it. It was ugly all the way through, and then the Revs were able to sneak one in. It was a good shot, but the Red Bulls they were missing key players. Yes, they were missing key starters. I think the consensus among their supporters, the consensus among professional soccer commentators, they should have won that game.
Yeah.
So you can kind of feel good. That because I was a little shocked when we lost. I think we lost much worse than they did, to be honest with you. But I was a little shocked that they lost, but you can give them sort of an excuse. You can't give us an excuse, which kind of brings us to where we're at right now, right? We had a week and a half off. Roomba has had his first extended period of time to sit with these guys and maybe start working on what he wants to work on, which he's had quite, I think he's in the small time that he's had with the guys as their interim head coach. I'm seeing positive movements forward. Yeah, we might have tied Montreal's 0-0. Then we went on to beat the Cincinnati at home, which is a big win. And then we went on to lose to the Revs 0-2. I think with this first true break that he's got, to really hone in. Yeah, he was missing Walker. Who else? And Shaq probably. Probably maybe a few other guys. I still think
Schaffelberg and Godoy, I think, were both out for international duty.
Okay. So, he was missing guys, but regardless, the team got rest. They got the guys that were gone got a little bit of some space to breathe from Nashville SC. You need that sometimes. You need that to rebound. I'm not going to take the Revs loss. I'm just going to take it as step at a time, game at a time. I'm not going to act like it has overreaching implications on the rest of the season, or at least right now. But it's just one of these things where, all right, let's see if we can get right. But this is a hard team to get right against, right? It's going to be a weird one. Don't you guys think? What
So I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, Nashville, we're still dealing with some challenges. We're still without a head coach. I know Roomba, we're hopeful because, I mean, you said last pod that you're up on Roomba. I totally am as well. I really am liking what I'm seeing. I'm like what I'm seeing from the squad, and his subs, everything. You know, I've really enjoyed seeing that. But we are still without that identity. Hopefully, we've kind of learned what that looks like. But we're going to be out Anibal Godoy. We're going to be out Shaq Moore. And so when we talk about going in to the Red Bull Stadium, where, don't forget, they still haven't lost a match there this year.
Oof. That's a big deal, actually. Yeah.
And so
how many matches are they at right now?
I think it's seven at home.
So I don't want that to be 8. I don't want that to be 8. Let's
kill it like we did
Cincinnati's
7 games. We took down Cincinnati at 7 games, right? Right, Junior?
Yeah, they're unbeaten streaks. So they're winning.
7.
I feel like that might be a lucky number for us.
But we'll see. We'll see what our
dice.
defense looks like rolling in, because we are looking a little shaky in the back line, because we're going to be out Shaq Moore. Walker is coming back from international duty, but he's got a little minor injury is what I'm seeing right now.
He always has a minor injury.
Could impact that defensive line. You know, we'll see. I say defensive line. That sounds like an American football term. Our back four, our back line.
It's a game. It's a game of inches.
To be fair.
So they are striking right now. Red Bulls. I mean, Emil Forsberg's got 6 goals. But then, what's his name? Their leading goal scorer right now is 9. I'm trying to remember who it is right now. But they're putting up some numbers right now, and so that's something that could be scary with our defense dwindled. Godoy has kind of been that staple center defensive.
You're thinking about Lewis Morgan. He had the couple hat tricks in the beginning of the season.
Okay. But with our back line being, you know, a little dwindled, and then you've got Anibal Godoy out, who's a staple for getting back on defense with us, for us. I think that they might overpower us a little bit.
They might, but check this out, man. I said this a while back, and I think other people are starting to recognize it too. Not just me. There's other people that have that their opinions matter, unlike mine. Drew Yearwood and Brian Anunga just had a good week and a half. I don't think did either one of them have to go anywhere
Nope.
They just had a good week and a half at practice. They're going to be 2 guys who we're probably going to need to lean on. Think about it. One guy, we know who he is, backwards. He's always playing the ball backwards, but he's always getting back. He plays like a true center defensive mid. Now, the other guy who we brought in, who is starting to do what we want him to do, Drew Yearwood, is he's starting to help us with our getting the ball forward a little bit, and he's making good passes. Let's rewind the week. What was it, a week and a half ago to the Revolution. Remember, yes, we lost 2-0. 2-0. We had 63 progressive passes. Does anyone know why that's significant? I'll tell you, don't even worry about it. It's the highest total of progressive passes that we've had since May 2022.
Yep.
Okay.
Dude.
513, yeah.
Think about it. Hold on. May 2022. What was
happening in May of 2022?
Did we somebody get a brand new stadium? Schmukhtar was getting close to his MVP year, right?
Well, that's that. There's also we stopped playing a certain style of what was it?
That
Gerald ball.
Something.
Was it Gerald ball? Was it? Hold on, what is it? Gary Ball. That's what it is.
Larry Ball.
No.
Harry Ball.
I remember. It was Gary Ball.
Barry Ball.
When we talk about Nashville SC and the current form that they're in, yes, dude, we had a Not a great showing against the Reds, but take it in context. 3 games in, what was it, 7-8 days? Again, this is a team who's still trying to find their identity.
Yeah.
When you look at just the individual numbers, did we lose that game against the Reds? Didn't we have a higher XG?
We had higher expected goals.
Stats.
We had way more shots and shots on net. They had some blocks, but yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying last time we recorded. A lot of people were saying like this might be the worst loss that Nashville's had. I'm like, no, like it really didn't look that way to me. So I actually liked what I saw. They just didn't finish the chances, but I liked the forward progression that I saw in that match.
And I think that's part of this team finding their identity. That's part of what Roomba is trying to install. Like it's essentially trying to give them a little bit of their confidence, a little bit of their swagger back, and letting them get forward a little bit. I'm excited to see what a week and a half of Roomba camp is gonna do for this team. I really am. Like I'm not saying I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm not going into this game with a whole bunch of confidence just because traditionally this is a team that it's always an interesting watch because they're both teams that don't want the ball. But I'm wondering it's going like, how is Roomba going to play this game? What do y'all think? Do you think that we do what we normally do against the Red Bulls, Austin? Do you think that we just hey, let's see who wants the ball less? That's what we normally do.
I think it's going to be a game of possession. I think that's what it's going to be.
Which way though? Which way?
So, I mean, I'm hopeful that we are going to play the possession because we're going to have to, because we can't have the counterattacks with where our defense is right now. We're not going to be able to get back as quickly. We'll see how Roomba deals with that because he's been running the back 4, but that's been with a fully healthy back line. And with all of his players. So we'll see if he goes to like a back 3 or a back 5, whatever that looks like. But I don't think that we're going to be able to defend the counterattack play. So I'm hoping that we can play possession ball.
Oh, I mean, Logan, what do you think? Do you want to switch it up here and maybe we should keep going with this a little bit more aggressive style and more possession like we've been doing, or do we revert back to how we usually play against the Red Bulls, which is, admittedly gotten us a good amount of ties? I mean, do you think we need a tie right now, or do you think we need to come out and get a win?
Let's look at the goals that they've given away this year.
They gave a lot away to one guy.
Hold on. Name one game outside of the Miami game where they gave up more than 2 goals.
I don't know. I'm not.
They don't have one.
Closely.
They don't have one. They don't have a single game where they gave up outside of the Miami game at the beginning of May. There's not a single game that they gave up more than 2 goals. It is going to be a challenge for us to attack and attack well. But Miami did prove that regardless of how solid their defense is, that if you stay on the attack and stay aggressive, you're going to get it. You're going to get.
Hold on. I think they gave up one. They gave up 3 goals, I believe, to Columbus Crew in March 16th. So around the beginning of the season.
Way in the early games. Sure.
Around and then they also got a red card in that game. So that might have been.
Yeah, but if you look at the Miami game as a whole, all of their goals came after in the second half. All of their goals came in the second half in the 48th, the 50, the 62, 69, 75th, and 81st minutes.
Which is scary because how many goals have we allowed in the second half?
Honestly, not as many.
Not as many.
Not as many.
Not like it wasn't the beginning of the season, but quick side note here. I didn't realize that because I heard about the Miami game, but I didn't really go
if you remember,
the massacre.
Venzer got their first goal, and it was like a 1-0 going into halftime, and all of us were like, "Whoa, what did they do?" Because everyone was on for Miami. We were like, "What are they doing?" And then Forsberg put in the second one at the very end of the game that it didn't matter.
It didn't matter that, but let me tell you something about the Red Bulls. This is not the first time that's happened to them. Correct. There was a time back in the day when they were playing their arch nemesis, NYCFC, where they lost something. I think it was like 7-0. It was bad, and all of it came in like the second half. And like the last.
Are you talking about the NYCFC that they recently lost to as well?
All right, maybe the one in the same. This was when dear old Daxi Poo was over there. But that game has been dubbed the Red Wedding. You can watch that now on Apple TV. They have it, and it's glorious. If anyone wants some like that's what it's called. It's called the Red Wedding. That's hilarious. Yeah. So if anyone wants some like some motivation, then let's you go back and watch that on Apple TV. But I think what we really need to focus on right now is strengths and weaknesses, both teams. We'll get back to that after the break.
Hey, Mixtape 615, are you ready for the 2024 season? We want you to join us. Join our supporters group. It is the dopest supporters group in all of Nashville. So sign up right now at mixtape615.com and rock your 2024 membership scarf so you can show off and say, we run this pitch. Imagine standing on the field, feeling the energy of the game close up, all of the energy of the stadium. That's a reality for our members. You can get on-field opportunities, plus get access to our tailgates where you'll bond with fellow fans over great food, soccer passion, and don't miss out on our epic away game watch parties. So sign up now, mixtape615.com, and join for the 2024 season.
Welcome back, everybody. We are about to talk some strengths and weaknesses when it comes to our teams head to head, because that's always going to be an important factor when you are preparing for another match. So right away, we want to jump into it. Austin, what are the strengths that we need to be worried about from the New York Red Bulls?
First and foremost is their attack. Emil Forsberg came in this year and has so much more creativity in their midfield, and is moving the ball forward, giving their strikers a chance. He's actually scored 6 goals himself. But the dude's done it in the Bundesliga for the Red Bulls across the way, for Leipzig over there. So the dude knows what he's doing. But then they've also got some young players that have actually been coming in and been providing some really creative play in the midfield. I know I mentioned that with Forsberg, but also the younger guys coming in. But then they've got solid defense. We talked about them only allowing 2 goals a game max outside of a couple games this year. Their goalie has just as many shutouts, clean sheets as Joe Willis. So 4 clean sheets there. So they do have a solid defense and a solid attack. But they play a similar style. I think their formation that they typically play is a 4-4-2. So it's a style that we are used to seeing as Nashville. It's the style that Gary has played for years. They've just executed it a whole lot better.
Yeah. Well, that's we gotta remember. Say it again. We are trying to be. In theory, have been trying to be dumb for a long time. So it's, it's not like it's what we're used to seeing in Nashville. It's like they're over here looking at us like we're the imposters, we're the doppelgangers. But
you asked strengths and weaknesses. If we want to talk about their weaknesses, I think similar to where Nashville is, so we could call this a weakness for both teams, but they do have some depth concerns. They're key players getting injured or underperforming. I think that can be a key for Nashville. If they aren't as reliable as they have been, because there has been some consistency issues with the Red Bulls. So hopefully we catch them on a bad day, maybe like the Revs did. But we'll see what happens.
We'll have to see. But on the flip side of that, just because they have some strengths does not mean that we do not come with our own. Tunji, I need you to talk to me, boy. What is the number one thing that the Red Bulls need to look out for from the Nashville side?
Wow, that's a good one. I'm going to say the unknown factor that a new coach brings. I feel like they have pretty much chalked us up to like, again, like we've looked like the team to them. And I've been on the New York Red Bull side of social media. I've been in their underground Reddits and all that. And I have. It's a weird place. But that just comes with New York, I guess. They feel like they know us, down to our DNA, and again because they see a lot of their old players that are now wearing Nashville jerseys or have worn Nashville jerseys. They definitely feel like whenever we play them, when we go up there, when they come down here, they feel like they always have a read on us. They like, that Nashville team, they're stout defense, and Hani Mukhtar scores a lot of PKs. If we can stop that, then we got them. This is not the case. That's why I'm very interested to see if this game is going to be so interesting to me to see if Roomba brings what he's been doing, right? Better progressive play, higher possession, and allowing players to get up a little bit more and to be a little bit more creative in the way that they build the attack now. I feel like if this New York team, if the head coach for New York, Sandro Shores, who's admittedly, I think it's his first year with them, if he comes in trying to use the old game plan for Nashville, and it could lead to a different outcome, or at least a different game that I feel that we've seen from this team. So you're saying
the unpredictability of Nashville could be a strength?
Yeah, I mean, do you think that FC Cincinnati thought they were going to get punched in the mouth twice by us in the first half?
To be fair,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Do you think that the Revolution thought they were going to come to Yotis?
It's unpredictable, one way or the other.
Very unpredictable. Here's another thing to add to that. Who is historically a slow starter for us?
I mean, Randall Leal, Godoy.
Who? Don't bring that name around me. Don't say that name around me. I don't know
Davis.
Who that is. No, you're missing the big name. It's Hani Mukhtar. And in the last couple matches, he's starting to find a little bit more form. Yes,
he's showing up. He definitely is
he's showing up. Yes, he missed the PK, which that's just so uncharacteristic of him. But he's no one's perfect, and you're gonna get a PK blocked every once in a while.
And let's be honest, it was a block, and it was a solid block from a very good.
I didn't think it was a good shot, though. I didn't think
it wasn't an amazing shot. It was like he telegraphed a little bit,
exactly.
But,
it felt a little telegraphed. So, like, I think these are some of our strengths, and I think the biggest thing that we have going for us right now is new coach and trying to implement a slightly newer system, a more updated system. But that leads us to some of our weaknesses, right?
Like a new coach and some updates.
A new coach and some unpredictability.
Yeah, so some unpredictability.
But seriously though, one of the biggest ones for me, huge moments of defensive absent-mindedness. I don't know if it comes from the more progressive play.
It's mainly been on the outside, and it's leaving the middle weak because they're having to spread themselves.
Well, let's be honest. The middle's always been weak, so that's just well, not always, but
I was about to say, man. Look at us last year. Yeah, look at last year. Look at the year before.
Last year, what? Last year was bad.
Our defense? No, last year we had some of the fewest goals allowed.
Second half of the year,
it was the midfield. Yeah, but not in the defensive side.
The midfield wasn't great in the first half of the year either. It just wasn't. Like, I
think Logan's talking about the center backs.
Yeah.
You talk about this.
I'm saying in the middle, it's leaving our defense weak in the middle of the play, in the middle of the field.
I'm saying that I'm not gonna say historically, but yes, dude, the Nashville's SC's midfield has been a problem for a long time.
I'll say historically.
That's pretty much one of the big reasons. Historically, okay. Then.
When cool. Dax McCarty wasn't in, Nashville was bad. He was the only one that actually rallied that midfield. And so with him being gone, the midfield is completely without identity this year. I think that Drew Yearwood can be that guy, but he plays more attacking. We need Godoy to step up, and he's going to be out this match. But we really need Godoy or Sean Davis. Both are captains. Sean Davis has been a captain for us and the Red Bulls. Godoy has captained his country. And we really need them to step up in that midfield. And I'm not seeing that right now. I think that that's what's the biggest weakness for Nashville SC is we don't have leadership. If Walker's not on the field, we don't have that leadership. And that's what I'm worried. If he's dealing with that injury still coming back from international duty, we'll see if he's actually going to play or not and see what the identity looks like for Nashville.
And this is why it's going to be interesting to see where we lie. Now, of course, we've talked strengths and weaknesses. I think there's some unknown factors and some key factors in how we're going to play and how we can find a win and how we can definitely set up our team for success during this game. Now, it could be some wild cards in there with that, but I want us to talk about it for sure. And that's going to come up next.
You guys know I'll be too lit on Wednesdays at Southside Kitchen Pub, but it does not have to be a Wednesday for you to get too lit with me at any of our away watch parties. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Mixtape615 for all watch party information so you can get in the mix with us, me, Logan, and Ginger Snap. Let's go.
Our back mixtape, and we are still talking about this match that we've got coming up because this is jam-packed with some key factors, keys to success. We got to talk about Nashville's keys. We got to talk about Red Bull's keys that hopefully we're gonna take their pink slip, take those keys away. So Tunji, give me some Nashville keys to success. What can we hope and really push towards?
Hope.
As
That's
Nashville?
no, you got it right there. You got it right there. Hope. That's it. That's, help us, Hani Mukhtar. You're our only hope. So
that was the Montreal match.
Look, man. We're talking about trying to come into a. Have we ever won in the?
No, the 5 games that games that we've played against them, we have drawn 3 and lost 2.
But have we ever? So that means we've never won in their stadium.
Never won in their stadium.
We've never won
because we haven't beat them. We haven't beat them at all.
Never beat them. And this is a team who is currently on a 7-game home game unbeaten streak.
Yep.
Their current form is matching their when they were in contention for, and did they win the Supporters Shield? It was like 3-4 years
have
ago.
Won the Supporters Shield.
Yeah, but this was like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. The numbers that they're putting up right now are matching that. I'll tell you this right now. They'll start on the defensive end. Lock down Van Zier. Okay, obvious though, right? But if you can lock this man down, you're gonna do some damage. Here's the next thing. Offensive side. Well, actually, let's stick on the defensive side. I know that we've talked about that sort of like the evolving identity for Nashville SC, maybe not playing so much of the counter attack. This is a team that when they lose, it's because they've made mistakes. And it's because that's why they lost. That's literally why they lost to the Revolution this last week.
Yep.
They made too many mistakes, and in the end, when they should have closed the game out, or they should have put the at least put the ball in that when they had multiple chances to, they didn't. And Revolution New England capitalized. So like we used to be, that team that will punish you that makes mistakes. That is a part of our identity that maybe we do need to just keep intact for this particular match coming up. Because I want to see a win. We all want to see a win. I think we need a win to keep this like weird little sort of like hold on the last playoff spot that we have right now. All right, now let's move. Hope. Now let's move on to offensive end, right? We talked about Hani's coming back into form. Obviously, this is something that is going to help us win the game. You know what else is going to help us win this game?
What's that?
Sam Surridge getting more involved.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
The way that he needs to get the ball and converting.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to blame him for like when he doesn't score, and he's been very hot and cold this year. You know, I'm he's just as frustrated. We've seen it from him on the pitch, but you want to win this game on Saturday? You want to win this game on Saturday? Let's figure out how we can move the ball between Hani, Sam, maybe Drew, right?
Move it away
Tyler
from
Boyd.
Wheel.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
If Boyd's starting, then I hope, man.
So
we got to get that moving.
I talked about it last time.
Get that going.
Yeah, I talked about it last time.
Sam involved.
Yeah, because Sam needs to get back involved because we've seen that drop since his hat trick against Montreal. We have just seen a constant form drop off from him. His shots on net, he's got like 1, maybe 2 shots on net. Some games he doesn't even have 1 shot on net. So we need him to at least
4
games
and
he's our starting number 9. And so we definitely want to get him. Since then, Bunbury's gotten more goals than he does. I mean, that's what we need to get him more involved with that offense. So yes, I definitely think that him more involved in the offense, even if he's not the one scoring, getting shots on net, putting pressure on their defense and their goalie, I think is one of the definite keys to success. So Logan, what are you seeing from our defense now? You know, we talked about Shaq Moore being out. We talked about Anibal Godoy being out, Walker possibly being out. What does that look like for our defense? What keys to success does the defense need to make this a successful outing in New York for Nashville?
I mean, it sounds like it should be simple, but stay in your position.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your position. Lovitz constantly out of position, and it hurts, man. It hurts watching that, and we've seen it, we've said it, constantly out of position. Even Jack Mayer and Josh Bauer, when they're both in, they've been playing a little bit more out of position. When it comes to our back line, those who are not injured currently and can be in, the people that are playing in the right positions are people like Taylor Washington when he's in, Brent Coleman when he's in. When you're talking about the players that are in the right place at the right time for our defense, it's those two. So if our other guys can just make sure, one, they communicate, but more importantly, you stay in your position. Like if you focus on locking down that back line and not doing anything else, just locking down the back line, that's all you need. We're not asking you to run up and score. We're not asking you to go up with the ball. We're not asking you to cross it in. We've got people for that. Stay on that back line and solidify it. We can shut down their attack.
Do you think Nashville goes with the back 4? Or do you think that we move to more of that back 3 and maybe play some wing backs?
We have to go to a back 4, or at least play a back 4. If we don't play a back 4,
so who's that right back? Do you think that they put Josh Bauer as right back? What do you think, Tunji?
I'm not a Josh Bauer fan.
Have to, man.
I'm not a Josh Bauer fan. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Alex Wheel.
I was just about to say, hey, go Chaos.
The Swiss
God,
Army
baby.
knife. The Swiss
go
Army
Chaos
knife.
God, bro.
I mean,
I was about to say, I don't think that Josh Bauer is a terrible player at all. I don't think he's a bad player.
Honestly, on that right side,
he's just not a strong player. I think he's not a strong player. I think that he can.
He's growing
when
into
we talk
the game.
About
this is his second. Yeah, this is his second season, right? So he's growing into the game.
Season. He hasn't had a lot of time with Nashville SC. Even when the team was with before, he didn't have a lot of time with them. But I just think that he can be mistake prone, and I've seen him get pocketed too many times for me to have good confidence that going up against guys who are in not in strong contention, but still contending for Golden Boot. Lewis Morgan, Emil Forsberg is a guy that could easily, break him down.
He could go off, yeah.
Yeah, like I think, look, if you want to run this back forward, then throw Alex Mule back there, and give and open up some space in the front to have Tyler Boyd and the rest of them have a little bit more fun, without worrying about passing it to Alex Mule.
Yeah. So do you think that we get, last question, do you think that we get the old Red Bulls starting for us with Yearwood and Davis?
Yearwood for sure. And
Godoy is
Davis
out.
Fan. Yearwood for sure. I guess you gotta put Davis in. I don't know if Davis against the Red Bulls has ever really helped us.
Yeah.
I feel like usually, and for some reason, I feel like he actually gets a little. I need to look at the numbers. I need to go back to the games, but for some reason, I distinctly remember. Didn't he get a red card in the first game? Like that got called back.
I think he got a yellow. Yeah, it was a red card
it was a red that got called back.
Yellow.
Yeah,
I feel like he gets a little emotional in these games.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? And not in the way that like benefits us, in a way that kind of takes him out of his game, and I don't know why that is. I really don't even know his history with the Red Bulls, and I know he was the captain, but I don't know, like, did it end not well or something? Like, because whenever you play against them, I always
he was
like
the captain.
It doesn't
the
work
year
out well
he was
for us.
traded to Nashville.
Yeah, well, I guess that'll do it. I guess that'll do it, bro. But they've had a lot of turnover since then. Coaching staff and everything. So, but I guess old grudges never die, or old grudges die hard.
That badge on the front still shows.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. We all know this team is not invincible, right? Like, let's just go back to the Messi game. Let's go back to the Messi game.
Messi,
this team is not. I know that's Messi, but he ain't scoring no 2 goals and 4 assists on us. All right. So
I mean, let's just be real about it. Like, we've got this is a game we have to win for 2 reasons. Number one,
do we have to win this game?
Yes, we have to win this.
Ooh. Okay.
When it comes to the keys for success, there are reasons behind it, and it's very arbitrary and nonsensical, but they matter. Number one, we are going into Leagues Cup, and we know we need to be in a better place than where we are. This is the number 4 team in the East. We can beat them. We already saw that they lost to a team that we did, granted by less goals, but still, we can beat them. It's in their house. Yeah, sure. Who cares? Summer's our game. Number 2, it's 615 day.
Oh,
it's 615 day.
That's a good reason.
That's a good reason.
It is 615 day.
We're winning this.
615 day. Let's go, baby.
And who are we? The Mixtape.
615.
And our area code for Nashville is now
615.
There you go. Say it with me. Continue.
One,
and
two,
we're
three,
playing
4,
on.
5.
We're playing on
615.
615.
There you go. So y'all are hearing it. It's 615 day. We are destined to
do
win
it for
this
615.
Game. We are destined to win this game this weekend. And our boys in goal need to know that.
Jerseys. If
you
mean
wear
like 615 jerseys?
Oh, you mean our gold jerseys that we will probably likely be wearing because they're going to be wearing their red and black jerseys?
And they're going to have the 615 scarf.
Are you kidding me?
Ooh, they're releasing a 615 scarf too.
Bloody hell, Larry.
So here's what I'll say. Like, we're going to win it. And we're going to be cheering our heads off at Southside Kitchen and Pub. Because it's 615 day, man. We got to do it. Yep. So we want you guys, talk in the comments, man. Tell us you're coming out with us. Tell us which player you think is going to just rock it on 615. And it's going to be rocking over at Southside Kitchen and Pub. We want you to join us there. Please make sure you make it out.
Seriously.
It's going to be one of the most fun things.
Let me talk to him. We want y'all at Southside. We talk about it every podcast. If you are listening to this podcast right now, you need to do us the favor. Do yourself the favor.
Do yourself.
We go hard, man.
This Saturday, watch the game with us. If you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, because this has been a rough season, come to Southside Kitchen and Pub. This is the headquarters for the most intense fans in the Nashville Soccer Club ecosystem.
Very much so.
Hey, we're the Mixtape 615, but we've got people from other supporters groups coming to our watch party. That's why you want to join in.
We hold it down. We hold it down.
We really do. It's amazing. And you guys do need to make it out to it. But with that being said, Austin, why don't you go ahead and close us out, man?
All right. Well, that is a wrap for another episode of Mixtape 615. Thank you guys for joining us. Big love to all of our listeners. We couldn't do it without you guys. Special shout out to our ace producer, 33. That's mine and Tunji's age. We 33. I mean,
dude, my employees think I'm 25.
We're 25. That's what I said.
Let me rock.
So
it, bro.
me and Tunji are 25.
Tunji's the baby. What are you talking about?
25, bro. 25, dude.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big shout out to Doug Branson, who, that dude's forever young. So he's the real MVP, our producer. Don't forget to stay connected. Hit us up at mixtape615.com and on all of our socials, guys, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can find us at Mixtape615. And for all of our video content, you can hit us up at Mixtape615pod on YouTube. So, guys, keep it real, keep it vibing. Until next episode, Mixtape615 signing off.